I'm going to show you the easy way to pack your bike in a hard shell case for airline transit. The first thing to do is to remove your pedals. The easiest way to remove your pedals is to stabilize your bike by turning it upside down. For detailed instructions on pedal removal, be sure to refer to our video on pedal installation. The next thing we're going to do is remove our saddle and seat post. But first I'm going to mark the height with a little piece of tape. If you have Di2 wiring with an internal battery in your seat post, be sure to disconnect the battery. Secure the cable with a little bit of tape. Otherwise, you're going to have to fish that cable out from inside your frame. The next step is to remove our handlebars. But first, let's mark the position of our handlebars so that we can get them back in the right place. Reassemble the clamp so that you don't misplace the parts. If you have Di2 electronic shifters, be sure to disconnect the shifters from the junction box that's on your handlebar stem. If you happen to have mechanical shifters, it's not necessary to disconnect anything. Make sure your handlebar stem is loose enough so that it can be rotated into position when you're packing your bike. Do that by loosening the cap nut on the headset and then loosen the binders on the stem itself. Make sure that they're just a little bit loose in order to rotate the stem into position when you're packing. Let's take off the back wheel. And front wheel. Next, let's remove the quick releases from the wheels. Let's put them back together for safekeeping so we don't lose the little spring. It's a good idea to remove the rear derailleur to avoid bending the derailleur hanger. If you have Di2 electronic shifters, disconnect the derailleur wire. It's not necessary to disconnect anything if you have mechanical shifters. Install wheel axles in the rear dropouts. Open the box. Place frame in the box with the crank side facing down. Install front wheel axle in the fork. Turn fork and stem flat in the box. Wrap top tube with foam to protect it from contact with the handlebars. Don't forget to remove any CO2 cartridges as they are prohibited for airline travel. Pack your shoes and use them to store tools, wheel skewers, and pedals. Don't forget your helmet. And if you have room, you can use it to store additional gear. Place your saddle and seat post so they don't contact your frame. Place the next layer of foam. Carefully position the wheels. Make sure that the axles are not adjacent to the frame. It's important that you check for any possible overlap. Even though the foam hides your frame, it will not protect it from compressing the axle right into the delicate carbon fiber below and causing it to break or fracture. Make sure you know what is below the foam so that you don't have a surprise when you open your box. Place the final layer of foam and secure the cover. Secure the straps and ensure that the buckles are in position away from exposed corners or edges where they will be damaged. Open the box. Remove the foam. Install handlebars. Because we've left a mark on our handlebars, it's going to be easy to line them up. So line them up with the tape and the little marker that you put on them. The next thing to do is to adjust the headset so that the steering column is in the correct position. Tighten the cap nut first. And then tighten the binders. Reconnect the Di2 cables on the levers if you have them. Reconnect the Di2 battery in the seat post if you have it. Use the tape mark to position your saddle and seat post. Next, let's remove the wheel skewers and reinstall the rear derailleur. Unwrap our bubble pack. Connect Di2 connectors if you have them. Install the rear wheel. Install the front wheel. Install pedals. The next few steps are very important. Make sure that your bike is properly adjusted so that you can ride comfortably. Adjust the handlebars, stem, and seat post, and adjust the tension on all the bolts to the correct specifications. A torque wrench is essential in order to prevent yourself from over-tightening these critical bolts. So that's it. It's pretty simple. You now know how to pack your bike safely for transportation and how to reassemble it once you get to your destination. So go out there and have a great ride, and bon voyage!